Can I have the containers in the dock?
The TAS instructions sent the doctors' union representatives who had arrived at the Employment and Labour Relations Court with a spring on their feet into unusual silence, their faces eloquently speaking of the turmoil that had suddenly seized their hearts. For some, it was time for deep thoughts. For others, quick consultations, while the Deputy Secretary General once again indulged in supplication. But then the worst was yet to come from Justice Helen Wasilwa.
It is this court's finding that there is no sufficient reason why the court should review its order, and therefore this court declines to review its order sentencing the applicants to 1 month. The Court of Appeal may proceed and make any other determinations on the issue, but you can now start serving your sentences.
The threat of jail had hung on the heads of the KMPDU officials since the court handed them a month-long sentence that was suspended to give room for negotiations to end the strike. But the extended deadline lapsed with little progress to show, and the police patiently were waiting for their moment.
Oluga, what do you have to say? What's up?
The strike continues.
There were last-minute attempts to spare the unionists a taste of prison life from, among others, the Kenya National Human Rights Commission.
A lot of progress has been made. Several issues have been ironed out or surmounted, and that with a few more days, the court will have a formula, a return-to-work formula.
We pray that the court graciously extends the time just so that we can have the very little time that we need to now clinch the deal.
7 days, we can come back next week on a day like this. I believe by then it may not be necessary even to report anything.
The court must see them.
My
lady,
I'm explaining.
This court will be convinced that there is progress being made, but you can't keep talking air.
The 7 were then bungled into this police Land Rover, where they were dropped, the men at Committee Minimum Prison, while the ladies will be cooling their heels at the Langata prison for the next month after being found guilty of contempt of court. As the prisons open their doors to the doctors, their free colleagues are promising to spend their freedom in the streets, agitating for not just the release of their comrades, but for the implementation of the contentious collective bargaining agreement that triggered their jailing. Hassan Mugambi, Citizen TV.